All right, I'm going to be really brief, but first of all, I want to thank everybody for being here, families, John's family, everybody else here within the department, to be here to help us recognize some good Samaritans. And why this is especially important to us is the fact that we're able to reach out and have people who are engaged and involved in saving somebody's life. And to make that, and as I said earlier, to make that calculated risk to do something that impacted somebody's life and also impacted your lives, I know. And so we certainly appreciate everything that you did for our community, what you did for Sly, for his family. And again, thank you for giving us the opportunity to share your story as well, because again, it's really nice for us to be able to put out some of the good news that happens out there, to be able to let people know that the human spirit, how good the human spirit is, and the fact that good stories exist out there, that there are people out there doing things that are good for our community, not just the bad stuff. I will be, first of all, just calling you guys all to come up. First of all, we're going to say have you say a few words, give us a brief detail, a description of what you experienced that day. And then, of course, we've got another special guest in a presentation, and then a final word by the fire chief. So, Topper, John, and Joe, if you guys can come up, please. I want to introduce everybody to some heroes here. This is Joe Spencer, Topper Johnson, and John Hanks. And these guys, if you could briefly just tell your story right quick and tell us what you experienced that day.
I was just driving home from work like any other day, and these two gentlemen flagged me down. I was on fire. So I pulled over and we started knocking on the door. One of them said that there's actually somebody inside the house. So I thought I heard someone inside, some sort of noise. So we tried to kick in the door, and that wasn't working. So we broke the side window and we yelled in to see if anybody was inside. And at that point, we didn't hear anybody. So we ran around to the back of the house and broke the sliding glass door to the living room. We yelled inside, and I believe that's where the fire was. We didn't hear anybody. And at that point, I ran around to the front, tried to see if I could see anybody else. So I broke another window in another bedroom, yelled in. I didn't hear anybody immediately, and then I heard someone yelling out that they were dying. And at that point, he was going from the master bedroom, so I hopped the wall and went in the backyard again and broke the sliding window open and pulled the blinds out. And got on my hands and knees and crawled over and found Sly where he was laying. And I told him that we needed to get out, and he said that he has no legs. At that point, I just took him, and both of us pretty much slid over to the window, and then I handed him off and got out. So.
That's where I grabbed him, went in the window, grabbed him, put him on my shoulder, and found him safety. Sly was responsible. He was doing some scope inhalation, some cuts on his hand, but it was more than just saving him, and unfortunately, Sly had been through a whole lot at that time, and at that moment, for me, there was a emotional connection. We had to save him. I mean, it was a good team effort. I mean, as soon as we noticed that the fire, it was just. The drug became like saying that, wait a minute, we were even thinking about it, we had to save him. I was just because, just like a month prior to that, he lost his wife, and it was really hard, not just on him, but, on us too, as their neighbor. Just, we knew her, and we weren't ready to lose him. And we could. Because I live next door to them. I mean, it's really hard.
Pretty desperate.
Well, I was the one that noticed the fire because his house was right behind mine. So I noticed it. I knew he was looking at by himself, and I knew it was empty, so I knew he was going to leave the house. And as I ran around, I knocked on the door, banged on the door, got topper, and as he came out, I was driving down a flight dip down, and it really, like, go out, it was pretty secure in there. It was secure down for health, so we had to do something to get around.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. Mr. John, we have some certificates of appreciation, and welcome to the Dyer family. I mean, everything that you've done has really ingrained you in our culture, and everything that you've done is really embedded you in our community as well. We really appreciate you.
How's Sly doing today? How's he doing?
He's still in the hospital, he's still recovering from his injuries.
Joe? Okay, just so it all media is aware, we'll have some opportunities for one-on-ones just after that. But we do have another special presentation. I want to thank you very much.
Thank you.
You guys are talking about being firefighters? Okay, we do have a special guest, a special presentation as well from AT&T. We have Terry Spencer, the Vice President and General Manager for AT&T.
I can only imagine how proud I am of Joseph. The DirecTV acquired, AT&T acquired DirecTV less than a year ago. And every time we acquire companies, it's always the people that really is what you're purchasing, so I'm very proud of that. At AT&T and DirecTV, both companies encourage our employees to really get out and serve the community. I think what you heard today is a pretty good example of Joseph serving the community. You've heard a little bit this morning, a little on the modest side, when asked what happened, he said, I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. I think what we've seen, that's a little bit on the modest side. It took a lot of courage to do what you guys did, and that certainly inspires all of us. What wasn't mentioned also is Sly's a veteran, and I think that's also important to note, and it's something that we're always proud of. And to save a veteran even that much more. What you did truly inspired all of us at AT&T. In our opinion, you are a true hero. And saving a veteran is an amazing task and important to all of us. Inspiring all of us at AT&T, it really makes you stop and think what we do every day and how important our lives outside the job is. It's just, I'm so proud of you. Inspired, I have a colleague that I work with and lost a house to a fire, and you quickly understand the toll that it takes on everybody. And so we know there's cost that goes along with that. And today, Summer, if you'd like to, I just acknowledge Summer's here, and obviously she's going through a lot of emotion also. But I have a $1,000 gift card that I want to